Okay, once again, good morning class. Now that I've done checking your attendance, last meeting I've assigned each group about the parts of a quantitative research. So what was our research title again? Anyone? Alright, Vilio sir.
It is parenting and academic performance, sir.
Alright, that's correct. Thank you, Miss Villasor. So our research study is all about parenting and academic performance of students in Maa National High School. Now, in the group of Salmasan, I assign you to make introduction. Group of Tuliao, I assign you to make statement of the problem. Group of Bilyar, I assign you to make the theoretical framework and the conceptual framework. Group of Kevin, I assign you to make the objectives. Group of Temple, I assign you to make the significance of the study. And then group of Yakon, I assign you to make limitation of the study. And then group of Pawaon, I assigned you the definition of terms. And lastly, the group of Villasor, I assign you to make research design, subjects, outcomes, and conditions of testing. And lastly, the data analysis. Now today, I want all the leaders to present all your output in the class. Our research is all about parenting and academic performance of students in Maa National High School. So now, first leader to present is Blossom Salmasan. Can you please present your output now?
Yes, sir. Okay, good day classmates, good day to you sir. I am Blossom Salmasan, the leader of Group 1. In behalf of my group mates, I will be presenting to you our group report output about the introduction and background of a research paper. Now, what is an introduction of a research study? It summarizes all of the things that we've learned from our research. While it can feel good to get our preface done quickly, we should write the rest of our paper first. Then, we'll find it easy to create a clear overview. The introduction serves the purpose of leading the reader from a general subject area to a particular field of research. Now, how about the background of the study? It establishes the context of the research. This section explains why this particular research topic is important and essential to understanding the main aspects of the study. Usually, the background forms the first section of the research article or thesis and justifies the need for conducting the study and summarizes what the study aims to achieve. Now, how can we construct an effective introduction and background of our research paper? Here are the things that we need to keep in mind. Number 1, present the underlying scenario of the study. This means to give the readers overview of what your study is all about. Number 2, indicate the basis of your study. This is where you give your readers the reason behind why you even decided to start your research and what specifically is your reference material for it. Number 3, persuade your reader that your study is significant. Give your readers reasons why your study is worth their time to read and what are its potential contributions to the society. Number 4, you can use statements and opinions from sources provided that they are properly documented. Cite evidences of existing studies that are related to your study for more credibility. Number 5, the last one, hook the background of the study to the statement of the problem. This means to make a good transition to bridge the background of your study to the statement of the problem. It must be in a manner that the readers would be prompted to read about your study further. Now, as an example based on the research title that we have come up with, which is the Parenting and Academic Performance of Maa National High School Students, the introduction and background of our study can go like this. Alright, that's all for my report. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day everyone.
Okay, thank you so much, Blossom Salmasan. Let's proceed to the statement of the problem to be presented by Group Leader Divine Grace Tuliao. Please present your output now.
Yes, sir. Good day, everyone, especially to our professor, Mr. Tuli. So, before we present our formulated statement of the problem, let us first know what is the statement of the problem all about. So, a problem statement is a description of an issue that currently exists and needs to be addressed, and it should be precise and clear. It provides the context for the research study and generates the questions that the research aims to answer. So here is our formulated statement of the problem regarding to this research study. What is the effect and relationship of parenting to students' academic performance at MAA National High School? This study aimed to investigate the effects of parenting and the relationship between students' academic performance. This is the problem that exists in this study. When parents are involved in their education, children do better on a wide range of measures. These positive effects include better behavior, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And finally, we found out that the students in MAA National High School with highly involved parents had better academic performance and a higher test score in all the subjects than students with parents who were not involved. However, students who lack supportive parents have to struggle on their own. This not only affects their performance, but at the same time, it also can negatively impacts their self-esteem. That would be all, sir. Thank you.
Perfect. Alright, thank you for that, Divine. Now let's move on to the theoretical and conceptual framework of our study to be presented by Princess Kate Villar. Please present your output.
Good day everyone, I am Princess Kate Villar, the leader of Group 3, and we are assigned to make theoretical framework and conceptual framework. But before that, I am going to discuss first on how to make a theoretical and conceptual framework. So first, you need to choose a theory that is closely related to your study. Second, discuss how this theory or theories will be used in your study. Third, this theory or theories will be utilized to form the framework of your study. Next is design a framework from the chosen theory or theories. And last, you need to include an illustration of the design. So in our group, we are assigned to make theoretical and conceptual framework. So we put in our theoretical framework that this study is anchored on the theory of Epstein in 1996 that partnership among school, family, and community can help children succeed throughout their time at school and after they become adults. Her theory of overlapping spheres of influence posits that the work of the most effective families and schools overlap and they share goals and missions. This is also supported by Jaynes in 2007 that parental involvement had a consistent effect and did hold across the various population. Parental involvement is a better prediction of achievement in elementary than in secondary school, which may be connected with the higher levels of elementary children responsiveness to parental values, while parents are in general more involved in their children's lives while they are younger. Todd and Higgins in 1998 further noted that in relation between parents' involvement and school achievement, research provides evidence of the latter factor influencing the first. Low school achievement leads to more explicit parental involvement. In other words, higher contact rate between parents and teacher occur when there are problems with children's school results. While in our conceptual framework, the conceptual framework shows the independent variable, which is the parenting, while dependent variable is the student's academic performance.
Alright, very good, Villar. You were able to draw illustration of the conceptual framework. That's very good. And now let's proceed to the objectives of this study. Group of Kevin Villanueva, please present your output.
A pleasant day, sir. So it is given already. Our research topic is all about parenting and academic performance of students in MAA National High School. So our group is assigned to make research objectives. Before anything else, I will discuss first what is and how to write objectives of the study. So research objectives are the outcomes that you need to aim to achieve by conducting research. It describes what you intend your research project to accomplish. And to write the research objectives, if your study is descriptive, you may use the statement of the problem as the pattern in writing your objectives. Sentences should be declarative. And if your study is experimental, you should use hypotheses. Make sure that the data that you need to collect is included in your objectives. So this is our formulated research objectives examples. First, to determine the level of parenting. Second, to ascertain students' academic performance. And last, to find out the relationship between parenting and students' academic performance. So the primary purpose of this study is to identify the relationship of parenting and academic performance of students in MAA National High School.
Alright, so that's the objective of our study. Now let's proceed to the significance of the study to be presented by leader Abigail Templa. Can you please present your output now?
The significance of the study is part of the introduction of a thesis. This section, often referred to as the rationale or justification, is one in which you try to convince an audience that the study is worth doing. It shall determine who benefits from the study and how the specific audience will benefit from its findings. The significance of the study could be simply reflected by the following two questions. First is, why should my study be published? What significant scientific contribution is my study making to my field of research? Importantly, the significance of the study should also be written with a non-expert in mind. So now, for example, from the topic we have chosen, our significance of the study is the result of the study benefits DepEd officials of double division and secondary school principals in terms of acquiring information on the level of teaching style that may influence that motivation of students in science, especially for teachers. We choose this research topic because we want to examine or comprehend how parents to get involved in their children's education. Researchers have reported that parent-child interactions, specifically stimulating and responsive parenting practices, are important influences in a child's academic development. Furthermore, its result indicated a statistically significant association between parent involvement in a child's academic performance over and above the impact of the child's intelligence.
Very good group of Templa. Let's proceed now to the limitation of the study, which is to be presented by Casey Yakon. Can you please present your output now, Casey?
Yes, sir. So what is limitation of the study? The limitation of the study are those characteristics of design or methodology that impacted or influenced the interpretation of the findings from your research. Study limitations are the constraint placed on the ability to generalize from the result, to further describe application to the practice, and related to the utility of findings that are the result of the ways in which you initially choose to design the study or the method used to establish internal and external fidelity, or the result of the anticipated challenges that emerged during the study. Example: the respondents of this study were 60 students who are currently studying in MAA National High School. The picking of 60 students will be randomly coming from the grade 7 to grade 12. And we choose this topic because we want to note how parents involved in student academic performance. In addition, understanding this mechanism will inform further research and policy initiatives and maybe lead to the development of more effective knowing how considering the importance of parents' participation and involvement in school activities. In this paper, we will analyze the positive effects of parent-child involvement. In fact, understanding more about the kinds of involvement that matter to students themselves is very essential. That's all, thank you.
Very good, group of Yakon. Now let's continue to the definition of terms. Group of Pawaon, you are the leader also. Please present your output.
Good day to each and everyone. My name is Maria Cristina May M. Pawaon, and my topic for today, it will be operational definition of terms. So what is operational definition of terms? Operational definition of terms refers to a detailed explanation of the technical terms and measurement used during data collection. This is done to standardize the data, and whatever data is being collected, it is necessary and clearly defined how to collect the data. So our research title is Parenting and Academic Performance of MAA National High School Students, and our definition of terms are parenting and academic performance. So first, what is parenting? Parenting, this refers to the involvement of the parents on their child when it comes to their schooling. The second one will be academic performance. And what is academic performance? Academic performance, this refers on how the students perform their tasks in schools defined by their general average during the first grading. So this will be our definition of terms for our research title, Parenting and Academic Performance of MAA National High School Students. Since, as we all know, that operational definition of terms is used to measure the data collection, or it was been used to measure during the data collection. Parenting and academic performance. This helps our research on how does parenting involves in effect for the academic performance of every student of MAA National High School. And that will be all. Thank you.
Alright, very good, Pawaon. Now to the last part of our study in the chapter 3. May I call on Riami Villasor to present research design, subjects, outcomes and condition of testing, and data analysis. Please, Riami Villasor, can you present your output now in the class?
A pleasant day to all of you. I am Villasor Riami, and today I am going to share with you the assigned topic that was given to me, and these are what is a research design, research subject, outcomes and condition of testing, and data analysis. So first, let's define what is a research design. The research design refers to the overall strategy that you chose to integrate the different components of the study in a coherent and logical way, ensuring you will effectively address the research problem. It constitutes the blueprint of the collection, measurement, and analysis of data. So to make it short, research design is the framework of the research techniques and tools in the study, whether a research is a qualitative, quantitative, correlational, and etc. So for example, in our given research paper entitled Parenting and Academic Performance of MAA National High School Students, our research design used in this paper is a quantitative method. So quantitative method is an inquiry to a social problem, explain phenomena by gathering numerical data that are analyzed using mathematically based method in a particular statistic. So next, what is a research subject? A research subject is an individual that participates in the research. So for example, in our case, the subject of a research paper is the students of MAA National High School. So these are those individuals who complete a survey or interview for the researcher, who provide data to be analyzed for the research study. So next, let's define what is a research outcomes and condition of testing. Research outcomes means the result and conclusion arrived at as the result of a particular research activity and include product, processes, experimental method, and supporting data. Meanwhile, condition of testing is another structural testing method that is used during unit testing. So in our given research paper, the research outcome is to identify the relationship between the parenting and academic performance of MAA National High School students, using the statistical method used above to collect quantitative data from the research study. In this research method, researchers deploy mathematical framework and theories that pertain to the quantity and their question, where the researcher with utmost confidentiality keeps private, personal information required in their study. And lastly, what is a research data analysis? Data analysis is the most crucial part of any research. Data analysis summarizes collected data, and it involves the interpretation of data gathered through the use of analytical and logical reasoning to determine patterns, relationships, or trends. So for example, in the data analysis in our research paper, data analysis is the response gathered from the questionnaire in the matter data sheet. Statistical tools are used to answer the sub-problems are as follows. So mean was the use to measure the level of parenting and academic performance of MAA National High School.
So person stand for small letter R was used to determine the significance relationship between the parenting and the academic performance of Maan National High School. So that would be all of our reports, sir, and thank you.
Alright, congratulations and thank you for all your brilliant output today. Since we don't have enough time today, that's all for now. And in the next meeting, I will have recapitulation and summarization of everything you've presented in the class today, from the introduction to the data analysis. Please do advanced study so that you can participate in class tomorrow. Alright, before we end our class discussion, prayer leader please. Alright, Toliao, can you please lead us a prayer?